Hello everyone, I cordially welcome you all to another video from the React tutorial series, and in this video we are going to discuss on props in React. So what are props? In React, prop stands for properties. It is an object where the value of attributes of a tag is stored. Props are like arguments of functions in JavaScript or like that of attributes in HTML. Props are read-only in nature and thus they shouldn't be mutated. Props are mainly used to pass data from one component to another in React to create dynamic content. For an example, consider a website like Amazon which displays thousands of products on its page. So for those thousands of products, it does not create thousands of those cards, okay? What they do, they basically create a card which they reuse the number of times the data exists, and that card, when rendered repeatedly within a loop, generates the web page consisting of those thousands and lakhs of items, okay? So this is what we can achieve using props. We can get the data in our parent component and pass the same data to the child component using props. So let us see an example, okay? So let us code an example of using props in React, okay? So this is our parent component app.tsx. So I won't do anything over here as of now. This will remain as it is. Our first work will be to create a child component. So first we will create a child component using functional components in React. So I will create another item known as homepage.tsx. Within this homepage.tsx, we will create a component known as homepage, and in that page we will display the data which will be passed to this component from the parent app component, okay? So first of all, we need to import React in our child component. Once imported, we need to create an interface. So interface user, and this user will have nothing but first name which will be of type string and last name which will be of type string. So once this interface exists, we need to create our component. So const homepage equal to user detail. So this value, this variable will contain the data which is received from the parent component, okay, and will render the UI. So let's do it. And once this data is received, first of all we need to extract the child elements. So we will extract the first name and last name from the user data. So first name comma last name from the user data, and then we will display this on the UI. So what we will do, we will simply return, and here we will create a parent div name as container fluid, and within this we will write welcome first name space last name. So in this child component homepage.tsx, we have created an interface to tell what kind of props this functional component is going to receive, and then when the data is received within this variable user data, we are going to extract its members like first name and last name, and then we are going to display the same thing on this UI. And lastly, we need to export this component. Export default homepage. Okay. Now what we need to do in the parent component, first of all we need to import the homepage component. Once this is imported, we need to return this homepage component provided we pass the props. So returning a parent div known as app, and within this we will return homepage component. This will not have a closing tag, it will be self closed, and we will pass the props. So first name first name we will pass as John. The second name or the last name which we will pass here is Doe. And finally we will auto close this tag, okay. So what we are doing here, within the parent app component, we are calling the child component and passing first name and last name to the child component. In the child component, we receive this data and show this on the screen. So when you pass John and Doe as the props, so user detail will be an object which will contain first name John, last name Doe. And from there we will extract the first name and last name and display that on the UI. Okay. So let us see if that works for us. We will start the app, npm start. So let's see what we see on our browser. So once it is started, see, we are seeing welcome John Joe. Okay, I might have made a slight mistake. Yes, rather than passing Doe, I wrote Joe. So now this will be updated and we can see welcome John Doe on our browser. Now similarly, we can use class components rather than functional components to create our child component. So how do we do the same thing in class component? We will just erase this part and here we will write class homepage extends react.component. Okay, and within here we have to specify the type of the props which are received. So it will receive prop of type user, and within it, as I have said, for class components we need to write render method. Within render method we will destructure the values received, so first name comma last name from this dot props. Okay, so here remember this dot props actually contains the data which is received as props. Okay, and now what we will do, we will return the similar JSX code, container fluid, and within h1 welcome first name space last name. Okay, so I hope I have done things correctly. First I have imported React, then I have created an interface, then class homepage extends react.component, because every class should extend this react.component class. It will accept props of type user, and within this render method we will destructure our props and we will show them on the UI. Looks good to me. Let's check if that's again working or we might have made some mistake. So yes, we see the similar output on the screen. Okay, so yes, we are good to go. We have done the things correctly. So previously we understood how we can create child component to accept props using functional components, and then we have done the exact same thing using class components. Okay, so I hope you will find this video useful. If you find this video useful, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We are going to bring up more videos in the future. If you have any doubts, queries, suggestions or feedbacks, feel free to post them in the comment section. We are going to reply, and you might consider sharing this video. So thank you for now. See you in the next video. Bye.